Hello, my cutiest of all cutinesses. Today I am Freddy Krueger. You might know me as the serial killer from Elm Street, from Nightmare on Elm Street. I know you will be terrified to see me here, and if you want to see how I got here, and how I did this look, you'll have to keep on watching as it's getting started.
Often repeat, I'm gonna try something that I've never done before, but this time it's a huge thing that I'm gonna try that I really never did before. And as you see, my bald cap is as crooked as can be, but I was putting it on and I wanted to pull it in place on the back and rip in half. So I have taped it back together. And I hope it'll hold. So I'm now gonna try to stick it on without harming these hairs. So if they don't want to go underneath when I put on latex, I just might put on a little bit of tape before latex too, as I know that that tape is holding very well till now. Freddy Krueger, the very bad horror personality from Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the creepiest creeps ever invented. And I want to try to achieve that burned skin, but I don't want to put all little pieces and parts of latex and paper and stuff on my head. So what have I done? I made, and it worked in one piece, this fake burned skin. At the back of the video I will show how I did it, but as you see, it's got all this texture and bumps and linings, and it's nothing perfect, and I want to make it fit my head like that. This is my version of Freddy Krueger. The only thing that I don't have is that hand with the knives, but you all know that he has that, so for me it's all about the effect of this with makeup. So actually what I want to try is create a complete head and face and neck like a person that really got burned, which is in this case, and I really do not want to hurt people with real burns, because it's one of the most painful things, except when it's so bad that the nerves are burned through, but the scars you have from burns is... My heart goes out to all people with burns. I'm disabled myself, but I praise the Lord, or whatever your belief might be, that I only have joints that break down. Burns are so much terrible, so people with burns, my heart goes sincerely out to you all. This is the bad part in my heart, in my feelings about the look that I'm gonna do. So this is absolutely not making fun of you or not mugging you or anything. Please do understand that this is just me trying to do special effects that also were used, I think, or something like it. in the movie with Freddy Krueger. I am going to cut this up in pieces, but I don't know yet how do I have to cut it, how far do I have to cut, which shape do I have to cut. I've got no idea. So I'm just gonna start by cutting off a flap. And this scissor is really bad for rubber, because this is kind of like rubber. And I want to try that somewhere on my face or on my head where I think it might be placeable. So if I cut that there in a triangular shape, it might be placeable there. And this is how I'm gonna build up my entire look. That might be the best spot for this piece here. So to start off, I'm gonna put some latex around and underneath my bald cap. I'm also thinking about my nose to extend that a little bit, because Freddy Krueger does have a longer nose than I do, but this is way too long because he's not a witch. I know this is not a very good nose, but what would it be if I just used that? Yeah, just going for it, you know. I'm gonna cut that open on the lower side. And maybe this can be, without the warmth, some kind of a Freddy Krueger nose tip. I think it can work if I take off these edges. So just put it on my tip. Cut that off. And just use that tip. Only the tip. I'm gonna glue that and the bald cap onto the face. Look at me sitting here with that stupid thing on my nose. And as always, my nose is runny, so I think you have understood by now that I am allergic to some stuff, but nobody has ever found or proven what I'm allergic to. So I have a non-proven allergy, which is a lot of fun because you can't take any medication because you don't know what you're allergic to. My dear friend Latex is here too, so let's find the jar. Gonna take a Q-tip and I'm just gonna put a little bit of latex under this edge. Let it dry with a blow dryer, and that's so time consuming. So I will be back once that is done, and then you will see me start the process of placing on the burned skin prosthetics that I made. Everything is a little bit stuck. My nose is like a witch at the moment, but it's gonna be more Freddy Krueger, believe me. Now I want to place this here. So I'm gonna use my Q-tip, and I found a little bowl. I'm gonna add latex to the latex, but not completely, just a part. And I want to get it there over my ear, so this part I want to stick to my face and bald cap here. So this is how I want it to be. And move along bit by bit. So I will press it flat with my fingers while it has to dry, so that it really sticks to the skin without loose edges or so. So that's my first piece. Now, as you see, it's not taking a nice round curve, so I'm gonna make a slip here. A slit, slit, whatever you want to call it, so that I can just take a little piece less behind my ear and make it go more around here. So I will first attach this entire upper side, especially the edge. This I will correct later, so this now needs to be pushed against my skin and the bolt cap.
Hey guys. Looks like we got the murder weapon.
And as it's latex on latex, I mean liquid latex on the prosthetic that I made, it sticks very well. Because it's the same product onto the same product, it sticks very well. I was not expecting it to go that good. So every piece and part that I will be making in the nearby moments, hours maybe even, I will do exactly this way. Every time when a piece is placed, I will cut another part. Maybe this does go all the way, so I will have to cut there. And I will have to cut off the back of it. If you're not alone, you can ask somebody to help you do that back part. But as I am alone, I'm gonna try this. So first I'm gonna try this edge. Whoops! I'm gonna try the edge, but first I will put the latex especially on the edge of this one and the part of where the rest is gonna come. Just a part, not completely, as we're working in pieces. Upside down that flap, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. So, and let's continue. And as you see, I did this kind of double here, so that it's following the roundness of my head. Next up, I'm gonna go over this edge and make sure that the edge disappears. So this all has to dry very nicely. You see, this is enormously time consuming. And these scissors really don't cut it. I think I'm gonna get my kitchen scissors, which cut everything. And I will keep on adding latex and moving on. Moving on, blow drying, adding, and it'll all be the same the whole time. So as this continues to be the same thing that I am gonna be doing, I think it's best that I do this by myself and that I will come back when I've finished this. So when I get back, I will do the face part, but this will be done by then. Here, I am over half of my face, so I will have to do part of my neck and this piece around the mouth. So I will show you a part, like I just have a random piece laying around here. Would it fit here or fit better there? Oh, it would fit great down here. Okay, so what I do is I put my latex on the skin. Here I would like to be able to move my mouth a little bit, which is not gonna be easy, I know. And as soon as I've got the piece, the prosthetic on, I go around the edges and underneath, so that I am sure that it's gonna be attached very well. And it's okay to be bumpy and lumpy, because it's scar tissue, especially in the front of my face. I want it to be more, realistic. So then I take the blow dryer, and with a brush, I roll the edges flat. Thanks to that rolling motion, you can easily flatten it all down, smooth it down. As you see, the edge, it dries very fast. It doesn't stick to the brush or anything. And you can just move on to the next piece. Now I know I've got to go underneath the chin, and I'll have to slice parts and pieces which will overlap, or which I'll have to cut out a little piece. Like here, I will have to cut off a little bit, like so, to make it possible to overlap. And that part will be perfect already to go to my chin. But first, I'll have to cut this side too, which is against my hand, so not that easy. So that part now needs to be stuck to the skin. Underneath, I'm gonna be putting already some latex too in the middle of my chin, so that I will be able to make that curve. And I put my blow dryer on the hardest, but I press the cold button, so I'm not using real heat here. But first I'm gonna attach this part. Meantime, I found a piece that fits really great in there, so every little piece, leave it in front of you, because as you see, sometimes it just happens to be the perfect piece that's missing somewhere. Sorry. frame. So this is the first part of the neck that I'm gonna try, but I think it's gonna be okay. I can put a lot down the middle already because I know that that has to be straight. So that's what I'm gonna do too. Let's follow the middle and just flap the rest against my neck. And cut wherever necessary. Goodness, it moves and everything with my neck. It's so great. Damn, this is, oh, wow. I never could have imagined it to work like this. I hope you can see. And I always go under the parts that still move from my skin so that it does get attached. And I don't have to be afraid to use, because I still have almost half of what I had. So now I've got to walk the dog. That's gonna be a little problem. Gotta do it fast too. Gonna put on my blouse and see how far I have to cut this, because I still have these loose flaps here. I can attach them. I'll attach them while I'm at it. Getting a lot less mobile in my skin. I don't know if I can take off. Yeah. I'll take my piercing off. Something that I don't easily do. But to get this completed, I really want to do it right. There, once that's done, I'm gonna walk my dog with a hoodie, a very low coming hoodie. Thank goodness it's not hot outside. I don't want anyone to see me like this on the street. I'm gonna have a sip, gonna blow my nose, gonna walk my dog, then I'll be back to finish off the neck part, the chin part here, a little bit here on the ear. On top of the head I'm not gonna do anything else. But this needs to be filled up. I'm very amazed that I can talk like this. I can even smile, but I'm not gonna overdo it because I feel that it will crack if I do that.